world's ending, take a look around. You're tuned into the truth, or at least the truest sound. The path to a better planet, humanity's crescendo. Here's the plan, the regular man's manifesto. Regular man's manifesto. Regular man's manifesto. Regular man's manifesto. Regular man's manifesto.
All right, welcome to the Regular Man's Manifesto. It's Chase Scribner, Jay McClintock, and Cody Pyard. Today we're going to be talking about two topics, one being biological engineering and the second being a hypothetical situation based on if you were given the opportunity to clone yourself, would you kill your clone to get into the younger body in 25 years? And then we're going to do a top 5 based on our movies that Arnold Schwarzenegger could have been in.
That would improve them.
Or that would improve them or make them more funnier.
You'd like to see him.
Yeah, you'd like to see him in movies or whatnot. So then that will just kind of be something funny that we'll go forward with. So I guess Cody's going to be taking on the biological engineering, so we'll let him take it over.
All right. So first, I wanted to kind of ask you guys what do you think biological engineering is, to you, or genetic engineering? What comes to mind?
The first thing that I think of, if anyone says anything like that, I always think of I can't wait until I can be taller. Because I'm only 5'11", and I would definitely like to be taller.
How would that work? They can't just modify.
What do you mean? We don't know. We don't know.
Just turn that gene on, that growing gene.
How do we know? Or maybe my kids could be tall. I can have my kids be taller, grow them or something.
What satisfaction does that give you, having your kids being tall?
That means they're going to be better at sports.
Okay. You're going to live vicariously through your children?
Absolutely.
All right. Okay, well,
who doesn't live vicariously through their children?
People who abandon their children.
People with lots of children.
Nice.
So the thing I think of is modifying genes or supplements to cure different ailments that the human beings suffer from. Also, I think of things like technology used to help you live longer.
Yeah.
Being able to shoot laser beams out of your eyes to defeat your enemies.
I don't know about that one.
Okay.
But I think of GMOs and stuff, food-based things, and how they've modified food to last longer and things like that.
Twinkies.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's definitely helped our food be able to last longer and grow more of it. But so I was listening to a tech talk today about it, and one way this guy described it that I thought was really spot on is there's 3 stages of evolution that we've gone through, and the first one would be Darwinian evolution, so it's kind of passive, and we don't really we're not really doing anything about it. It's just happening through time. And then the second one would be civilization, so we kind of control some evolutionary elements. So with GMOs, we control our food, and it helps us grow as a population, and other technologies that help us. And then the direction that I think biological engineering or genetic engineering is going in is a directed evolution, to where we actually control what our kids look like, what we can do, what our IQ. I've heard all types of stuff, possibilities, we could just change how humans even look.
We were reading an article about growing tissues to use in surgeries, and basically making these would be things that keep people alive. But the thing that I think of is making life better, improving the way people's lives go. But there's also the other side of it, where you use the science that we've created to basically extend lives, keep people going.
Yeah.
I think a big thing would be diseases. Lots of diseases could be controlled by just your body being able to adjust.
But see, so there's a part of it that I'm yeah, this is great and all, but who do you think it's gonna benefit? It just came to my mind this isn't something that we're gonna see come to fruition anytime soon. So the people who are going to benefit from it are the richest people. So say you have a disease and you need to grow a trachea or something. I heard a story about this lady who grew a trachea from stem cells on herself, and then they implanted that trachea back into her, and she could talk and breathe and stuff. but like it's only going to benefit a certain percentage of people.
If you can afford it, you can keep living.
Yeah.
But that's kind of how it is now, anyway, too.
Yeah. If the richer
Think
you
of, like,
are,
Magic
the longer you
Johnson.
live.
Magic Johnson's still beating the
then-
odds there.
Yeah.
But then is it going to like segregate into two different types of humans? Humans that have these special abilities or are able to make their children better than everyone else?
I think eventually you just end like looking far down the line. Eventually you just end up with a lot of genetically modified human beings. Like eventually, you would think that the ones that can't afford it would die off, and then you'd just be left with the ones that could afford it and were able to carry on their.
So it kind of takes on to like a selective breeding process then.
Yeah, evolution. It's actually an extension of it.
Yeah.
I guess a lot of people are like, would be complaining about like, is it right? Like, you're changing gods?
We're playing God,
Yeah.
is what we're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was one of my questions. Do you think it's ethical to do these things? Like, I mean, it's not even just only with humans. It's like they're creating hybrid animals and
Yeah. Well, we're playing with fire, and I think it could be dangerous. We make
Definitely could be.
modifications that change humans, and then it's just something that ends up screwing us. Like we make zombie human beings that take over the whole planet, or just like create a super illness or something. Like we just start playing with fire when we start dealing with these things, and it could be potentially disaster, or it could be the best thing we've ever done.
yeah.
It's a risk.
So earlier when you were talking about how like only the rich people would be able to use it and then all the other people would die out, I'm like reading an article and it's like literally like spot on. It's talking about like gene therapy, pretty much where like you kind of pick the good genes and you pick what you want or whatever, and then you like live this nice awesome life, and then all the poor people just die.
So the way I see it is like it's almost turning into like a video game where you build your character before you start the game.
Yeah, which is one of my favorite parts of the game.
That is a good part of the game. Like you get to just make what you like. Well, we'd all end up looking the same.
Yeah,
wouldn't we?
yeah,
Then,
that's what I'm thinking too. The chiseled jaw, the
Yeah.
like
I don't want to
all the
chisel
same
jaw.
things.
I don't know. There'd
People
be
are
some
gonna go
Dennis
for it.
Rodmans walking around. Like people when they get
We're all gonna-
unlimited resources turn into cats or stuff like that.
Yeah.
I could see a way where industry would take over, like a capitalist market would take over, and it'd be like, okay, well, you want an inch of height, that's gonna cost you 10 grand. You know what I mean? Like, so
That'd be
like, the richer
interesting.
people would be like these tall giants, muscular giants, and then it just like gradiates down from there.
Yeah.
But not everybody like wants to be muscular and wants to be tall. Some people like being short. Some people like being fat.
Well, I heard one thing where it was like they could actually raise people's IQs, or like the potential for a higher IQ, and
So it'd be like
that's
brain-
something everyone would want.
Brain base, yeah. I mean, like, I guess I didn't really like look into like the neuro part of it, but
That'd be the hardest part,
that'd
I
be-
think.
yeah, I think controlling the brain or changing things in the brain would be extremely difficult. But I mean, I wouldn't mind being smarter.
Yeah.
Here's the thing
absolutely.
I'm most excited about is I was learning about like extending people's lives and making it so that you age slower. So like a problem that we've encountered is something called the Hayflick limit, which is it's the number of times that a cell can divide and replicate itself. It decreases over time. Your telomeres get slightly shorter each time they divide themselves, so they don't do it each time as perfectly as they did from the beginning. And you start getting mutations, and that's what causes people to age and just the signs of aging that you get. So if we could, we're starting to learn more about these telomeres and how this aging process occurs. If we can slow down aging, I think that's
Or make
my
it,
ultimate goal.
But
or
doing
make, or make it so there's just like this regenerative, like gene in you where you.
But
you're
that's
pretty
dangerous.
much like Wolverine at that point.
That's what cancer cells are. They found that cancer cells don't have the problem of their telomeres shorting when they replicate, so they replicate out of control.
So we could just have mutant people.
We could have mutant people.
well, like
It's
yeah,
risky.
yeah. So you'd have like genetic defects and stuff. I mean, like that'd be part of it. That'd be like one of the risks. Like when someone goes to get surgery for anything, there's always a risk that you're probably gonna die.
Yeah.
Even if you get something like breast implants, like people die from breast implants. You know, I don't know about all the time, but I mean they definitely do. Kind of going like off of what Jay was saying. Do you think that the world like would be overpopulated? Like if everyone could like live way longer lives? Already right now, there's a lot. We're kind of running out of space for people. don't you think?
Absolutely, that's a huge problem. We've already got a population bomb where we're dealing with well, I wouldn't say we're at the extent of where we can get human beings on the planet, but we're not doing it responsibly and we're straining the planet.
We're definitely not sustainable at this point.
No.
We can't keep this up.
But if we get our IQs up and people start living longer and thinking more long term, maybe that would be something that would cause a shift in our policies and the way we treat the planet.
I don't know. I think it's going to turn into like this dystopian, apocalyptic type scenario where it's like survival of the fittest, and you're fucked if you're not rich.
Well, what are they? They're not going to go around just smashing us with their giant fists and making us into jam and stuff.
I know, but it's
Fee, fi,
like
fo, fum.
in the long term, it's going to be that those kids who aren't genetically modified just can't do anything.
It's already to the extent, like, we
No,
get into a
it's not.
public school, man. We are like,
They
we
can-
are the kids that when they get into college, they have classes specially designed for us. Like,
Yeah.
there's like,
But it's
we're
too-
already a different part of the population.
Yeah, it is, but it's not to that extent where it's so segregated. Where it's like
Yeah.
you don't even stand a chance from birth.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that'd just be like it would be could see it. Right now, you can't actually see the differences between classes when you just look at people.
Yeah.
But if that happens, then you're gonna see the blonde hair, blue eyes, super tall guys just dominating everything, and then
Okay, Aryan race.
Yeah, no, wait.
isn't that what people would model? Like, I think that's what people would
No,
go
what's
for.
that movie that has Brandon Fraser in it, where he like meets the genie?
The devil.
Bedazzled.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Well, he like meets this genie, and he's all, or I think it might be the devil. Yeah, it's the devil.
It's the devil.
Meets the devil, and he gets all these wishes, and like one of the wishes, he's like, I want to be this tall, blonde-haired, blue-eyed basketball player who's like dominant in the sport, and like all this stuff. And so she's like, okay, and he's like, then it shows a scene, he's like dunking on everybody, shooting like half-court three-pointers, and then like after the game, and he like does an interview, and he's just like super retarded. He's like, yeah, we wanted to go out there and play good, so we played good, and then we got the ball in the hole. And
That was
then
an interview.
yeah, and then there's like another scene where he's like in the locker room, the witch or whatever, the devil comes in there and starts talking to him, and he like takes his towel off, and he has like a super small wiener.
It's like, well, there'll probably be trade-offs in this whole scenario that you're looking at where, like, it'd be like steroids now. There's trade-offs for taking these enhancements.
Mhm.
There always will be. That's
But
how life works, I
There's
think.
not a trade-off though because it's genetically engineered into you.
But like that, but
They
there's the trade-off as in like something could go wrong. So like say I have a kid and I pick like, oh, I want them to have whatever, like I want them to look like similar to me, but I want them to have like less body fat. Let's just say that's an example. Well, there's going to be like, say there's like an extreme to it to where it goes 100% reverse and they get all the body fat. Their whole body is just this blob.
I think at first there's gonna be these like
Make mistakes and
big
whatnot.
mistakes, but it's gonna get they're gonna iron it out and figure it out to
They
like
already
a
are,
99%
probably.
success rate or something. Like
Yeah.
even right now, I think you can choose the gender of your child.
You spin it. I think it's still not 100% though. They've been doing that for a while.
Yeah.
It's never going to be 100% because that's how life works. It doesn't just let you make it perfect.
Well, I mean, they're coming up with a lot of things. Like, you know how stem cells is like the cell that can turn into like any cell, regenerate, and do all these things. I was just saw a thing today where it was talking about how scientists have figured out how to turn skin cells, just like cells right off the top of your skin, into stem cells.
What?
So if we can figure out how to turn like almost any cell into a stem cell, then we can just change how we are completely.
Yeah. All right. Well, what would you change, Cody, if you could genetically modify yourself?
I don't know.
Well, I know there's one thing that's already that's already happened. Some bizarre things. You can get a glow-in-the-dark cat.
You can.
You can get a glow-in-the-dark
You
cat.
cannot buy a glowing.
Yes!
They can make them. But
In
you
South
can't buy
Korea,
them.
scientists altered a cat's DNA to make it glow in the dark.
But I'm saying you can't
All
just
the
go out
time?
and get
Does
one
it
right
need
now.
to get sun on it
It
first,
says-
like
it
like those Nerf
says-
balls?
Glow in the dark cat took DNA and clone from other cats, creating a set of fluffy fluorescent felines. Say they took their skin cells from female cats, used the virus to insert it into. Yeah, I mean, it sounded like you can just get. I mean, they just have them now.
See, if there was no risk to it, then I think people would just modify themselves like all the way.
Yeah.
But like being like a guinea pig for the first like test, like if today they're like, well, we can modify you, but there's a certain risk, I'd be like, nah, no thank you.
Nah, I'm good.
I'm okay with what the
People
cards
are
I've
already
been dealt.
doing the hair stuff. Like, yeah, like people are desperate to get their hair back. People
Yeah.
are desperate to get boners. These are huge genetic or just
Yeah.
biological engineering examples. Like those
Yeah.
people are just dying to do that. People, not me. Some people will be like, I would do anything to get a boner at this point, and they'll just pop, eat pills.
They won't do anything. A lot of people who can't get boners are fat people. So obviously they won't go to the gym.
Yeah. Or just being old.
They just want that easy fix.
There's all kind. I'm reading some really weird things right now. Like here we go. A web spinning goat. Strong, flexible spider silk is one of the most valuable materials in nature, and it can be used to make an array of products.
Oh,
So
man.
they got a goat to produce it. It comes out of their freaking in their milk.
So we can just get right into superpowers then.
I guess.
We're not even inching into it. We're going straight for the spider goats. God damn.
Faster growing salmon, which like we already know that's
Oh, yeah, I
something.
saw that,
I
That's
saw
something that's been farming fish and
Yeah.
with chickens and GMOs and stuff. And
One of the things I wanted to bring up was that GMOs, we just use them in America, like all around. So, but in Europe, it's not like that. They don't have GMOs in all their food because it has to be approved to be safe before they use it. But in America, it has to be proved to be unsafe for us to stop using it. So we just use them.
here's something that's actually this is a good genetic thing: is a less flatulent cows. It's trying to save the environment.
That is smart.
Yeah, because
I-
cows create
Methane.
methane. Yeah, which just pretty much destroys.
The ozone,
Yeah.
for sure.
All right.
I saw a cool one. Some guys in a competition took the property that makes wine healthy, and
Makes what?
wine healthy. Like, you know how it's like a glass of wine is healthy for your heart or whatever.
I thought they just told that to
No, that's true.
like housewives and stuff to make them feel better.
Pretty
about
much just fermented berries. I mean, that's
No,
can't
it's
really
true.
be super
There's a
bad for
property
you.
in wine that makes it somewhat healthy. They took that property out of wine and put it into beer,
So
Say
now
what?
beer is healthy.
so they could have like a super beer.
See, the world is getting better, Cody. Like, why are you getting so dark about this?
I don't know.
There's gonna be some missteps. That is for sure. There's gonna be kids with forearms coming out of their heads.
I'm all for a mutant zombie apocalypse.
Yeah. All
We're
right.
not talking about apocalypse here.
Yeah,
We're just
we
talking
could-
about mutant kids. That's all.
Same difference.
Definitely not.
What do we do with these mutants that are gonna inevitably happen?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, okay. how
Like
about
the
this?
Greeks did, throw them off a cliff.
Oh god.
That was the Spartans.
Yeah,
Spartans, whatever.
No, I don't think that would happen. I feel like it'd just be like now, like when you have like a mentally handicapped kid, you just take care of it.
Yeah.
For the most part, right? I feel like most of them do.
So
Yeah.
that's a risk you take as a parent.
Yeah, but then we're continuing that genetic modification further on down the line.
No, because that mutant kid isn't gonna have like an offspring.
It might. They
Yeah,
sometimes do. Have you seen I Am Sam?
No.
You never seen I Am Sam?
Oh,
That
no.
would be a good movie that Arnold Schwarzenegger could be.
Oh, that would be a good one.
Wow, that'd be a-
Foreshadowing right there.
Yeah, that would be a good one. I might have to bring out the Arnold Schwarzenegger voice for that
Maybe,
one.
maybe.
Okay, so what do you like? Do you think this is a somewhat reality in the near future, like within our lifetime, that we see some of
Definitely.
this?
We're
Come
already
to the mass public.
It's already everywhere.
Yeah.
But whether it's gonna be something where it's like a video game where you make your character, I don't think we're
build
gonna
your
see
kids.
that. But I think we are gonna extend lives, and I hope that we make lives better at the same time. We're good at the extending lives, but I don't know if we've gotten down the improving lives with this engineering.
Because like I think even with genetic engineering and things like that, like you could help with like cancer, like things that don't have cures.
Yeah, you could definitely
You know what I
like
mean?
make organs
Yeah.
and.
Which
things
I think
like
that's a
that.
huge deal because I mean, if you get cancer, it's not for the most part it's not your fault, or like if you get some illness, you know, it's not your fault. It's just genetically you're just disposed to it. So if you can have a way to prevent that before you're even in the world, I think a lot of people would go for that.
Yeah.
Even if there's risk involved.
Yeah.
Because there's some families, you know what I mean? It's like every single person gets, every person gets cancer.
That's
they
why
carry a
Angelina
disease.
Jolie chopped off both of her tatas.
You know what I mean?
She had 50% chance or whatever.
Well, one of the reasons I asked the question is because, like, say it kind of ties into our next topic with our hypothetical. Is say within 50 years, say 50 years from now, there is this way to keep people alive longer, and then I guess what if you could just make this hypothetical come to truth? Like,
Okay. Alright, so let me introduce the hypothetical
Yeah.
scenario. And my plan here is to introduce it, and I'm going to kind of like act as the rule maker of this whole thing. So I feel like doing these, Chase and Cody always want to like set guidelines that either ruin the hypothetical or make it more interesting. So I'm gonna have to take that role. All right. If given the opportunity, would you clone yourself and then kill your clone to get into the younger body in 25 years? And here's what the first rule I'd like to introduce is: you can do whatever you want with the clone in the 25 years leading up to when you kill it.
Okay,
So you
can
can
we
raise
ask
it?
questions? Can we ask questions?
You can raise it.
Wait.
You can leave it in a box.
Wait. Stop. I want to ask questions. Is it like gonna be able to talk? Like, is it gonna be a normal?
it's conscious.
It is going to be able to
It
talk.
won't stay in a box.
It's a person.
It's gonna
is
come
a
out of a
person.
box, and it's not gonna be like it will break through a box so quick.
You gotta keep
I think it
it
means like a tube,
Like
a
a-
water tube or something, like, right?
like a
you do that?
containment area.
Oh, like you just lock him in a room.
Yeah, keep in mind that you want this body in as good a condition as possible when you're getting into it. If you do choose to take this
I
opportunity.
disagree. I think it should be like your partner in crime.
And then you kill it
Yeah.
and take its body
You
off
just let him know what's going on. You're like, hey, we're
throughout
a
its whole
team.
life.
Yeah, we're a
Batman and
team.
Robin style.
But
And
what's stopping him from killing you? What if somebody came to you today and was like, "Hey man, I'm this old dude. I'm you in the I'm you. You're me."
But we've been together this whole time. I knew it was gonna happen. That was my mission.
But that thought would
it's
never
like
come.
believing in, like, it's like a suicide.
That thought would never come cross your mind. Like, no, fuck that. I don't want to live. Fuck this dude. Fuck this old guy.
not if he's like your only thing. Like if I'm the only thing that it like knows.
That's
Oh,
tough,
man.
man. That'd be tough convincing this living creature to.
It's a creature.
It's
We're kidding.
it is living, it is breathing, it is you.
And you're saying that you're gonna lock it in a box and just let it poop and piss all over itself
no,
for 25 years.
You gotta walk it around. I want to get it muscular and stuff.
It's like it's a dog. Jesus Christ.
All right, so clearly I'm killing it. Like, I accepted
Oh my
that.
God.
Honestly, so would it be this though? Is it based on right now? So I'm 25. So when I'm 50 years old, I have to do it.
Yes.
See, like when I'm 50, I'm gonna be good. Can we do it
But
later?
then you get 25 years
Yeah,
back.
you get
Of your
all the way
prime
back
life.
to 25.
Yeah, but like at 50, I'll probably be like living pretty good. I'll probably be like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
You still get to keep all the shit you have.
Yeah, but I
But
feel
you
like
get to redo 25 through 50 again.
Is this a one-time deal?
This is a one-time deal.
Okay.
can we move it back? Can the clone be start when I'm like 35?
The latest I'll go on this is you start when you're 30. So
five
you get the
more
clone when you're 55.
years. All right.
But if you choose a risky path where this clone might escape, then that's on you, where you've got this potentially hostile you running around. on the
What if
planet.
you just let it live a normal life? Like, what if you just like
And
if
then
you
you
let
don't-
it get adopted, you don't tell it nothing, and then you just find it one
What if it accidentally?
And just
It would.
Man.
It might accidentally die. It might get AIDS.
So,
like you gotta be.
Everyone
Careful.
that would create a weird world. Everyone under 25 would be paranoid as shit. They're clones.
Well, does a lot of people have this?
Yeah. All right. So here we'll go with it's a wealthy thing.
Okay, you have to be wealthy to
The
get it.
millionaires and billionaires get to
I'd
try
still
it.
be, it'd still make the young world paranoid.
Yeah,
That
it
you're a
would.
clone.
It would.
It'd be
But,
like,
like, what
it'd be
can
like
you
hitting
do?
that 26th birthday is like a milestone now.
Yeah.
Fuck
Dude,
man,
you don't have to be
I'm about to
26.
turn 25. If somebody comes and kills me and takes my body tomorrow, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah. So let's get you on the record. Would you do it?
No, absolutely not.
You absolutely would not
No,
do it.
I couldn't
think
kill.
you
I
just
couldn't kill a
kill-
conscious being.
I think you
like
just
that.
couldn't kill a conscious being because you're a pussy. I mean,
No,
because you're a
because
good
I'm a-
nice guy.
Because I'm
'Cause you're a nice
rational.
guy.
I couldn't do that to somebody.
You're getting 25 extra years of life.
And it's you again.
I don't think immortality.
So 2 of you is gonna be running
but it's
around.
not you in the first place.
Hey, Jay just said it is you. It's a clone of
It's
you.
it's a clone of your body, but it's not the clone of your mind. Of my experiences that I've had, that clone has had all its separate own experiences in life.
Well, what if it's their only experiences in a dark room?
Well, that's fucked up of you to do. I couldn't do that to a person for 25 years.
My thing is, how do you get them in the room and stuff? They start as a baby.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Actually,
they come
actually,
out of?
if you put them in a dark room, after that long, they'll be blind.
Yeah. You
Is
gotta
that okay?
keep
You lose.
this-
You
no,
de-evolve.
Yeah, you
Because
don't
then you're
want
going into a blind body.
Oh, so whatever it has wrong with it.
Yeah, you
get.
want this body to be in as good a shape as
You want it to be
possible when you
pristine.
get to be 25.
So why don't you? That's what I'm saying. Why don't you raise it and like freaking
But
get
that's risky though.
smart.
Then you're gonna
If-
develop an emotional detachment.
I
Then worst
were-
case scenario, you got a kick ass son. That's literally you. Worst case scenario, you decide not to kill it, and you got a kick ass.
See,
son.
I wouldn't be against raising my clone, but I'm
Yeah.
against killing it
Oh, how about this?
to take its body.
Can we change it? I know you didn't want to change it.
Well, I
What's the
still get
change?
to approve whether it's a
All
change
right,
or
what's
not.
the
You
change?
can,
What if the change is you just get to have a clone, and then when it turns 25, you can choose to kill it and take over its life, or you can just continue to live on, and it could just be.
acceptable change. That is an acceptable change.
So-
But you only get to choose once.
You get to choose one time.
After-
When
it's
it
at
has to be 25. It's on their 25th birthday. You have to decide.
What if
That
it was
day.
like I'm not gonna do it. He's about to blow out the candles of his birthday cake. You're like, fuck it, I'm taking your body, bro.
it would be tempting. It would be tempting, especially if you wake up, you got a sore knee that morning. Like,
He's got a hot girlfriend.
God.
He's a hot girlfriend.
Here's a hot girlfriend.
What's your wife look like?
I want my jumper to be back. That's why. Oh, you're dead.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so fucked up.
It would be tough. That's for sure. It would be.
Yeah.
It would be tough.
And then you got to deal with the problem of your clone knowing that you created it with the intention of jumping into its body when it turned 25.
Oh man, that would be trust issues galore.
Yeah.
Cause it knows you look too much alike to not be like,
Yeah.
you're my clone, dude.
Yeah. Mhm.
Can't trust these hoes, man. Out there. These hoes
I would be
ain't
so
loyal.
paranoid.
Would you rather have a clone than a real son, Cody?
Ooh. No, I think I'd rather have a real son. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Cause wouldn't it be like the same thing?
No,
Nope.
because one is 100% you, and
And
one
one
is
is
50% you.
But they're not you in the mind, so I mean, it's just like they look like you.
Okay. You're not
But
getting
like, yeah, it's like
Do
well,
you
the
not
whole
like
point
yourself,
of having
Jay?
a
No,
No,
child.
no.
like
I
yourself?
guess I would. If you could do the cloning process, 100%, it's gonna just be me. Then yeah, sure. Because then it takes out all the defects and stuff that could happen with birth.
Oh,
Or
so
is it
you're-
that same like? Is it the same percentage of like defects that are possible?
No, it's still you just get a fresh baby. They've hammered out the process. You get a fresh baby with all
And
your
I would
DNA,
definitely clone myself.
and then raise it as your son.
Yeah.
Okay.
What'd you name it?
Actually, no. I don't even want kids, man. At all. Ever.
This wouldn't be your kid. This would be your clone. This would be you.
No, I don't want to put
This
that
would be
on
little
anybody.
baby
You get to
Cody.
live.
What a fucked up world, man.
This would be little Cody. Literally, it'd be little Cody.
It's like a mini me.
It'd be
Yeah.
little Cody.
All right.
I like it.
I think I would definitely do it. I'll put me on the record. I would definitely do it. I would be very particular about how I brought up the clone because of course you would have the emotional attachment problem. So I'm linking like an island where I can control like different scenarios. I put this clone through where he gets super strong and agile, but I don't want him to get injured. I don't want to be dealing with a sore knee, but I want him to like go through trial and error. And
So you're trying to build a super you.
a super me when I get to come back and just wreck life.
Oh man.
You think it'd
Just
be better?
You could. Oh, I would do it.
So you're gonna be rich enough to buy an island, put this clone on the island, and raise it how you wish.
Or just like a compound or something.
Oh man, gosh, that's fucked up.
And I would, and I guess it would have to have human contact though, because human bodies wither away.
Yeah.
So
You don't want it
maybe there
to
would
kill itself.
maybe there would be, and I foresee this being a possible business where people send their clones to go live in like a basic trained military style thing where they just like raise people's clones for them.
Yeah.
That would be a very logical business that would arise from this scenario.
So it'd be like they turn them into super people.
And I would definitely
From
do
birth.
that. And then they would be around other clones, and then you wouldn't have to deal with any of the.
Just at 25, you never meet them, and then boom, you're in the body.
Yep. Simple as that.
Does the clone get any choice at all?
No.
What if you send the clone off and he ends up getting rich and he finds out he's a clone?
That'd be a problem. That would be a problem, and I would probably try.
Why
and-
would it be a problem?
Because then if he finds out and then he's rich, he can stop you from taking his
Yeah,
body.
How does he
Yeah,
know
that's-
that you're doing that? How does he know that when he
Because he's
turns?
rich.
Yeah.
If I was rich before I turned 25, I'd make sure I wasn't a clone. Or was. Whatever.
How does he know he's gonna die though?
Because that's why people have clones.
I sent him to this compound. I have nothing to do with him. I'm just jumping into that body.
Okay.
And he's gonna be super strong and probably knows martial arts from being in this compound.
You have a samurai sword.
And I'll have a samurai
and
sword.
you
but
don't get the choice to take his body early. You have to
No,
survive
it has-
until he's 25.
Yes.
This sounds like a badass movie.
It's starting to you're putting complications in it that probably would arise. It's
Eventually.
These would arise, but I still would do it. It'd be worth the risk. 25 extra
You could-
primo life years.
You could kill a conscious being who's had. Well, I guess if you're putting in a compound, it's a little
I eat
different.
meat to survive every day. What's the difference?
So
It's
you're saying
killing
there's no difference between eating a human and eating an animal?
I'm gonna say this. I want to know what people taste like. I'm saying it.
Jace would eat. Wait, would you eat the body?
No.
The clone? Okay. There'd be an
No.
opportunity to eat the clone if you wanted
No,
to.
because
You-
it's
you
my
could-
body.
You
I'm
could
eating
go.
myself.
You could go and you could take the clone's body and then eat your old body.
I guess you could.
All right, I like it. I'm more intrigued.
This
I want to know what.
This
I
is some
just,
sick shit we're getting into.
but for real though, like that's a real thing. Like, don't you have you ever been like, I wonder what like people taste like?
No, not really.
Never.
No,
I mean, me and
I mean,
you have
they probably
talked
taste
about
like
it
chicken or
several
some shit.
times. I know that you like. I would assume a human meat would be like the best meat. I would assume.
I think it's probably like so lean that it's like chewy.
I think there's a lot of fat.
A fat in human muscles? I don't
I
think
mean,
so.
I don't know.
I disagree.
I always said that if I were to eat like a person, I would eat this part right here on the hand.
The hand, the palm area.
Yeah,
He's
the
put-
palm.
Listeners, he's pointing at the
It
palm.
looks like a
area.
chicken wing.
Oh
You
yeah.
Just pull off your
Look at
thumb.
mine.
Oh man, I almost bit you.
That's a nice chunk of meat right there.
Okay. Where did this conversation just end up?
I wouldn't eat that though.
Cannibalism.
Cannibalism.
Straight
All right.
into cannibalism.
I screwed up as the moderator, guys. I'm sorry. Let's hop back onto this. Would you name your clone?
Am I raising it?
You can send it to this compound where
Okay.
people
So we're
raise it, or
sending
you
to-
can raise it like
we're
your
sending,
sidekick.
we're sending it to the CC, the clone compound.
Excellent idea
I
for
would,
a name.
I would like a change to this. I'm gonna
An amendment.
amend
Clone
it.
compound
I'm gonna
change?
Propose it.
propose it. You have, because this is so unethical that I feel like there would have to be some sort of law in place. Like governments know this is happening and everything, and you would have to meet with your clone for 1 week before you make your decision.
Amendment denied.
What?
Not happening.
It's so unethical. There would have to be some kind of
Who
law.
gives a shit? Everything is unethical, man.
Can the clone? Because then what if the clone decides during that 1 week that it doesn't want to die and it kills you?
That's not up to the clone. It's up. It's to say like you have to come to that conclusion that you're gonna kill this conscious being for your own gain.
Man, the whole basis of life is taking something from something else so that you can live longer. That is life in a nutshell. Every step you take, you are crushing something that is living. Every movement you make, you are crushing something that is living. There's a billion things living inside of you that take from something to keep themselves going. That is the basis of life. This is the ultimate opportunity to get something from nothing and extend your life. Every cell in your body would be screaming at you to take this opportunity.
I don't know. I'm just not. I just don't think I could do it.
Man, and then
I couldn't just kill somebody.
when you get to those last gasps of life,
You never thought about killing somebody right now?
I'm only 50. Why would I do it now? I can't jump into their body.
I know, but
There's
just
no
in
game.
general, you said you've never just been like, I want to like just fucking beat that motherfucker up until he dies.
I don't really.
Yeah, me neither.
Try to be passive.
No, he's violent. He chokes people out all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, man, come on. That's just like a
That's
fun
what
thing
he's
to
known
do.
for. He's known for choking people unconscious.
Yeah. Cody the chokester.
Yeah.
They still
just
get to
imagine.
live.
Just imagine for this 1 second, you get to the end of your life, you're just
I'm only
gasping for
50.
these last breaths.
Say you're 100 though.
You're 100.
Whoa, now we're changing the scenario.
Just imagine. I just want you to imagine something. You get to the end of your life. What would you do for even like another minute?
Yeah, but you
But
have to
don't
make
you
the
wish-
decision before. Are you saying like I get to the end of my life when I'm 100 or whatever, and I go, I wish I would have killed that motherfucker.
Probably though, like you're about to die. Don't you wish you had 25 more years?
No, I think
Years.
not being mortal is like a good thing.
Yes, but like living longer is a good thing as well.
But maybe that's only a good thing to you, but not a good thing to him.
Yeah,
I think that is.
I think it's a good
inherent
thing to
in every-
everyone, but I just don't see how I could live.
I bet
doing
most people
making
would.
that decision.
I bet most people wouldn't kill their clone.
Maybe because they don't understand.
I think too many
though.
people
They're
would make
not-
the mistake of raising their clone, and then you just absolutely can't kill it at that point.
I think long term is like how I always think. Like I imagine myself being at the end of my life and just going, I wish I had one more minute of life, and then going, fuck, I blew away an opportunity to get 25 years more of life. I blew away an opportunity.
What's the movie called where the guy's like sick and dying, and then he like meets a dude and he says, "Hey, well, I can give you this guy's life," and he like.
No, it's got like Ryan
Ryan
Yeah.
Reynolds, yeah.
I don't know what movie the movie's called.
We
I
should
haven't
watch
seen
that
it.
movie and then we'll come back to this topic.
Okay.
Because
All
that
right.
movie's about that, and then there's like.
But
a
that
moral-
dude's memories like blur into his memories or some shit just from the trailer that I've seen.
Yeah. They give it enough curses, it seems like. There would probably be some. I mean, you're just jumping into a body. You're transferring.
What if
your
this is something
consciousness.
that's already happening?
Could be
Rich people are doing it right now.
false memories and
What
stuff.
if I'm a clone?
Who knows? Who knows? I guess we can't know.
What if like all your doppelgangers are clones?
I definitely have a lot of those. When Shrek turns into a human, that's me.
That's an animation chase.
Exactly. Someone created that.
More like Jack Black. Oh.
Nice, that's a good one too.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, we've flushed this whole topic out, and I feel like it was pretty entertaining for everybody. Let's move on to our last thing.
All right, the top 5. So Arnold Schwarzenegger, what he should have been in what movies? We'll let Jay start it off.
Let me start it off because I came up with this just fantastic category or topic here. Number 5, Shawshank Redemption.
Who would he have been though?
The main white character, not Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, I don't even know the dude's name, but
Yeah.
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The Morgan Freeman is Ellis Boyd.
Okay. I was just
They
imagining
called him
like,
Red, I think. I'm pretty
Red.
sure.
Okay. I was just imagining like him being in a serious role
Yeah.
where he's not a machine. And that's the first thing I wanted to put him into. And I was kind of imagining the scene where he's crawling through the tube full of shit at the end.
Yeah.
And Arnold just like, "Rah! Rah!" And then he gets into the end, he's in the rain. And like, that would just be a fantastic scene for Schwarzenegger to pull off.
Do you have a line from that movie or no?
I can't think of one right off the top of the head because I haven't seen that movie in a very long time.
They just anyway, his name is Andy
Yeah.
Dufresne or something. Dufresne?
Dufresne, I don't know. Looks French.
Okay.
That's who he is. And that movie's out on Netflix now, so we'll have to watch
That's like
it.
one of the best movies ever.
I know,
Yeah,
but
it
it's
is.
long. I just
It's
haven't
so good.
It is a long movie.
haven't had a
Alright.
chance to sit down and watch it.
Mine was kind of similar to yours because I wanted to put Arnold in a serious role.
Really show off his range.
Yeah. he has a lot to say.
So my number 5 is The Matrix, and to make him Neo.
Oh, I was gonna make him Agent Smith.
And I have one line that I want you to say.
What is it?
It's my favorite line of the whole movie.
I know kung fu.
I love it. Keanu Reeves comes out of the simulation. He's like, I know kung fu. I love
I
Arnold.
know kung fu.
All right, I don't know if we explained this or not, but Chase is gonna do his best to say lines from these movies in a Schwarzenegger voice because he's our resident Schwarzenegger impersonator.
All right, here we go. I got one.
Okay.
Edward Scissorhands. Just picture it. Picture it.
Oh,
Picture
man,
it.
that
Picture
is-
it right now.
That would be amazing.
He doesn't talk a lot.
I know.
Barely talks the whole time, but just
Oh
imagine
my
him
god.
being like giant. He's like, he probably would make he makes some groaning. I'm chopping you hard.
That'd be
Looks
hilarious.
good. All right.
Okay. Here, we'll circle around. My number 4, Austin Powers. Any one of the movies.
As,
Yeah,
as
baby.
Austin?
As Austin.
Oh my god. That would
That would be
make
good.
those
So
movies
combining,
hilarious.
like-
even more hilarious.
Do I make you horny, baby? Yeah! And Schwarzenegger's
Do it.
voice. Let's see. Let's
Do
see.
it.
This is gonna.
Don't make you honey, baby.
Dude, I think it'd be even better if the first movie was like Mike Myers and then they made the second movie, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Didn't say anything about it. Just replaced him with Arnold.
Yeah, that would be great. I could be in 2 movies at the one time.
That'd
Be
be brilliant.
brilliant.
That would be absolutely brilliant.
My number 4 is I want to make Arnold like just a voice and not like
Oh, and like
animated or something. So
Maybe
it's-
Dora.
No, 2001: A Space Odyssey, and make you the computer. And
Oh, you actually wrote like
yeah,
things
and
down.
say the line for number 4.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that. Yeah.
He's like just the computer saying that in that voice.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy.
Like, who was in charge of that robot that they just made the voice incomprehensible?
And that movie's so intense, and they would just make the whole movie like a comedy every time that computer talked.
Excellent. Comedic gold right there.
Alrighty. I'll pick one too. I got another funny one. Gollum from Lord of the Rings.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even be animated. Would he
It
be
would
animated?
be it would be like a bigger
Or would it just be him?
I think it could just be him.
That would be fucking
With
hilarious.
no hair.
Yeah,
and
no
just,
hair and
crawling
just
around.
awesome and crawling around. Because he always has his shirt off anyway, and Gollum always has his shirt off.
Yeah.
There you go.
You know?
That would work perfect.
Oh my god.
I couldn't even.
My precious.
It's like, how do you even do that in Arnold Schwarzenegger voice?
Okay, good one. Excellent one. Chase is crushing it in this thing. Alright, here's my number 3. There Will Be Blood. Very
Dang it,
serious
I've seen that one
movie.
too.
So I think, like, I just love that movie. It's very serious all the way through, and I think Schwarzenegger would crush it. And I think Chase knows my favorite line from that movie.
I don't. I feel like I know it, but I don't.
Consider myself an oil man.
I consider that's a good one.
Let's hear the Schwarzenegger version.
It's hard getting into character like right off the spot because like usually I have to get into them like I'm like this song here. I consider myself an oil man.
I think that might
It's
be
hard. It's hard being Arnold.
that
in
might be a
all these
movie
other-
where you'd actually like be able to like pull it off.
I think so too.
That's a good ass movie.
Yeah, that is a great movie.
All right, my number 3 is Wizard of Oz as Dorothy in the dress. The whole movie is just Arnold Schwarzenegger as Dorothy.
Okay.
Oh, I got a line for me in that one too.
I have 2 actually.
The Wizard of Oz. There's no place like home. Yeah, Toto. I feel like we're not in Kansas anymore. We need to get out of here. Get through the chopper. All right, so mine is gonna be B-Rabbit from 8 Mile.
Oh
It'll
man,
be Eminem.
solid.
Don't lose
Solid.
yourself.
Eminem picked somebody who was just like him to play.
Yeah, exactly.
An Austrian power
Bodybuilder,
lifter. Good stuff. All right. I think this is gonna be a good one. Dirty Dancing.
Oh, the main guy in Dirty
Yeah,
Dancing.
he's Patrick Swayze in Dirty Dancing.
Oh man.
I would love to see. I don't think there's any clips of Arnold Schwarzenegger dancing around.
I'm assuming he's a bad
No,
dancer.
I'm
Yeah,
assuming he's a bad dancer too, but like
But
honestly, he might be a good.
But
he might be a
some
good one.
like, I guess like nowadays like bodybuilders they have like a posing routine which they did too like when Arnold was around, but then now they like dance and do put on like a show. So
Maybe he was a solid dancer. He can definitely do that lift scene at the end. He might throw that chick through the ceiling, but he would definitely have a lift her.
It would just be funny seeing him in that movie.
Yeah.
Period. Alright, my number 2 is Titanic as Rose, the girl.
what? Why say it was a girl?
Because it'd be hilarious. It just changes the whole movie.
Draw me like one of your French girls. Is that what it says? God damn it. Draw me like one of your French girls.
Yes.
Oh my god.
That would be amazing.
Man. Yeah, that'd be fantastic. That needs to happen. I would be on board with
All
that
right,
remake.
I got a funny one too. What about if it was Forrest Gump?
God damn it, that's my number 1. Oh man, there's so many iconic lines in there that he would just crush it as.
Yeah, I just kept running and running and running. You ain't got no legs to turn down. Yeah, that'd be a good one. Sorry, I stole that one from
Yeah,
you.
you stole that one from me. Here's my backup that I had, just in case one of mine got stolen. Was like Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, as either a dinosaur.
Yeah.
As the T-Rex at the end, where he's like throwing around the raptors,
Nice.
or the main doctor scientist that survives.
Okay. It'd be funny if he was just a dinosaur and everybody acted in the movie like he was a dinosaur, but it was just him. Like, no! Running away from Arnold Schwarzenegger. Alright. My number 1 is Brokeback Mountain.
Oh God. Come on, man, you're killing me here.
Oh my God, good. That's Vanda.
God damn it. It's so hard to do this.
Do it.
I I wish I knew how to quit you. You piece of shit.
It's absolutely
Oh
hilarious.
man, comedic gold. We have stumbled upon comedic gold here. Good stuff. What's your number 1, Chase?
Pull it together.
Oh man, I'm trying to pull it together right
Pull
now.
it together.
I'm really trying to think of a real good one,
You stole Forrest Gump from me, you son of a gun.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
Yeah, that one is pretty good.
That's actually my favorite. Well, one of my favorite movies. I about threw my favorite movie on here, but I didn't want to ruin it with that.
Well, I got one. Terminator. But he plays the kid.
Yeah, that'd
so
be
he's sitting back in time to protect himself.
Solid. Because that's who I would design the super soldier after.
Well, he could play. What if
baby.
he could play Scarface? Al
What's
Pacino and Scarface.
the one line where he's like sniffing all the coke?
Yeah, he's say hello to my little friend. See, but that might
That's
actually
just Rambo, man. That's actually just Rambo with cocaine.
Yeah.
that would be actually
he
he'd
could
be
do
pretty
that.
good at that. That might be
Yeah.
a movie that it would actually be.
You should have
kinda
been. I was like going through these, and I kept coming up with these Al Pacino movies where it was just like, oh yeah, Schwarzenegger would have crushed that.
Yeah. You can't put him in an action movie of any
Yeah.
sort.
Yeah.
Or he's gonna kill it.
Yeah. Oh, he would have out John Claude Van Damme to anybody. Although that jumping kick thing, that's hard to replicate.
Jean-Claude Van Damme's a badass.
It really is.
I almost
What
like
if
one
we-
of my honorable mentions was gonna be like replace him as Mr. T and Rocky.
good. Yeah.
I'd love to see them fight.
Oh yeah. Wow.
It'd be awesome.
They both, yeah, they both talk like this a little bit in that movie.
Both of those characters would have such huge heads. Arnold
here we go.
Schwarzenegger and Stallone.
What if he played Dustin Hoffman in Rain Man?
I'm a very good driver.
Excellent.
awesome.
Excellent stuff. Well, hey,
I
thanks.
thought you had one more.
Nope, I'm done. I already crushed all mine because you stole mine and I had to fall back on Jurassic Park.
I think I won that one. We Brokeback Mountain.
Brokeback Mountain was
Pretty
off
good.
the charts.
But
for me.
I think my first one was probably
Edward Scissorhands.
Edward Scissorhands. was
That should have
pretty
been your number one.
That really.
Mine
should.
weren't actually in order, so I just kind of said them in general.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Well, thanks for listening. That's going to conclude this podcast. Give us a like on the Facebook page at Regular Man's Manifesto. Like our SoundCloud. Give it a listen on there, and then look for us on iTunes. Come forward. Thanks, guys.
Peace.
The regular man's manifesto.